So today I'm going to be talking about changing the power steering fluid in a 4th gen Ram. This particular one is a 2012, so it had about 135,000 miles on it. And I don't know if the power steering fluid was ever changed, but the power steering was kind of hard, and it whined, and you had to put a lot of effort into it. So I did some research. These take the ATF plus 4. As long as it's Mopar, it's good. I just got the one from O'Reilly's. And I did the turkey baster method to change the stuff out. And for anybody that doesn't know what that is, you basically take like a fluid extractor or even a turkey baster and you stick it down in this hole. You suck out what's in this reservoir, and then you fill it back up with clean fluid. You do that a bunch of times till it starts coming out cleaner. The alternative method is draining the system. And you gotta jack up the front of the truck and mess with a bunch of hoses. I didn't want to do that. I had low expectations for this, and it actually worked really well. The fluid's actually pretty clean. So, I'm going to show you the progression of the fluid from when I started to when I finished. And then I did add power steering additive, and that it really did help. So, I'm going to show you guys that. So, I've got the fluid all right here. I changed it 6 times. We're going from the first time to the 6th time. And so this is the first stuff. Now I have my flashlight, puts out 600 lumens. I shine it into the bottom, and there's like barely any penetration, like anything. There's tons and tons of like, see all that like froth at the bottom? Here, maybe if I turn on the flash. There you go. It's not supposed to have all this. This is like froth and foam. Yeah, it's not supposed to have that. It also foams a lot if you shake it. I guess you guys can't actually see that, but there's tons of foam in there. And this stuff smells burnt. It doesn't smell sweet like transmission fluid should. It smells burnt. So this is the second time I did it. It's really no better. Let me turn that off. It's really no better. Still can't see in there. It still looks like total junk. And it actually stinks. And here, if I turn the light on, you guys can see how dark it is. And yeah, it stinks. Day 3, it got a little bit better. You can actually, some light actually goes up into that fluid. You can see that. So that's day 3, and this is day 2. There's a little bit, and then day 1 has nothing. So yeah, day 3, a little bit better. There's a little bit more of that reddish color. I don't remember what this one smells like. Yeah, it still does stink. It was still far from what I wanted, but it's a little bit better. Day 4, it's even better. I can almost see all the way to the top. Like, kind of slosh around. Again, I don't remember what this one smells like. I only remember the first one. This one's bearable. The first one, I don't know what to describe it as, but it's burnt, and it's frothy. I don't know. Wish you guys could see that. Can you guys kind of see that? It's just like all that froth at the bottom of this thing. And it's like milky almost. And then day 4. It's actually the red color. It's supposed to be, there still is some like milky froth stuff, but so day 5, this one was even better. Look at that. That compared to that. I mean, there's no comparison. Again, there's still some froth at the bottom of this one, but it's a lot better. And then day 6, this was the last time. Some stuff has settled, and hang on, there's a car going by. Okay, I don't expect this to be perfect. Perfect would be draining it, but shine a light in there. Look at that. You can see all the way to the top. See, it's just like that is incredibly different from that. The light's still on. There's nothing. That was about a gallon. The power steering fluid I used is this stuff. It's O'Reilly's brand. It's the full synthetic ATF plus 4, which is what this calls for. It's good for Chrysler automatic transmissions, Mopar ATF plus 4, and ATF plus 3. It gives kind of the specifications, but for the 4th gen Dodge, it's kind of what you need. As long as it's approved by Mopar and Chrysler, you know, meets their standards, it's pretty good. And I also added some AutoZone high mileage power steering stop leak with stop whine. We don't have a leak, but it was whining, and even after I changed the fluid, it did help. It drastically helped with how hard it was to steer, but it didn't really help with the squeal. I put pretty much the whole bottle. There's a little bit of this stuff in there. I could probably put the rest in. But this stuff pretty much took away the whine, and it's, if you guys look at this tip, it's like maple syrup or honey. Yeah, this stuff is thick. It's not thin like this fluid. And this is safe for the ATF plus 4. It really did help. I do recommend this. It's supposedly safe with all American and imported cars. I don't know if that's to be true. I had to call the company to specify if it was okay with the ATF plus 4. They don't really have much information on their website. But yeah. That and pretty much a whole gallon of ATF plus 4. Pretty much the whine is gone, and it's so much easier to steer. And I mean, it's just so much cleaner. I do plan to, over the next few months, get a few quarts of the ATF plus 4 and periodically change it. I don't plan to buy another gallon, just like maybe 1 quart a month, and just change it 2-3 more months, and you know, I'll be happy with it. Yeah, I could have totally flushed it, but I didn't really want to. So yeah, I just sucked it out of the reservoir, and it is actually a pretty big hole to get in there. I could have used a turkey baster. I used a fluid extractor, it's powered by an air compressor, but yeah, it worked really well. So if you're having that problem, it's something I'd try. And also, if your fluid level's low, that might help too, because that's minimum, and then maximum is right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's minimum, there's maximum. Ours was like right here. I'm thinking this was the original power steering fluid, because it was dirty. And it was honestly really disgusting. But yeah, so it really did help. If you have this problem, I recommend it. So I hope this helped, and thank you for watching.